Hi everyone! Because of my channel's history, we've talked a lot about Winx releases that weren't the main show, that we kind of discussed as something that you guys want me to cover and stuff like that. And one of those things was the comics. I did not read the comics when I was a kid because, well, first of all, I think that I've read a couple of issues because I had a couple of issues of the magazine that had comics in it, but I definitely did not read more than that back in the day. I was curious to see what kind of art style they were going for. If you're into illustration or you're into character design, I think it could be fun for you to look into. But most of all, these stories are wild. First of all, they take a detour from the main story right after season 1. They don't cover season 2 at all. They just kind of go into season 3 territory immediately. But then they don't actually keep up with the story of season 3 and they come up with their own lore and shit. It's a bit confusing. I always found this shit to be confusing, to be honest, because to me it was always like, well, which one is canon? And I think that technically all of it is. It's not like it's contradicting itself too much, I guess. Basically, we can talk about some of the fashion here because some of the character design is really fun. Some of the wild things that they decided to put into the comic book. Just stylistically speaking, a lot of these panels, a lot of the work that's been done in terms of the page layouts and stuff like that is very well done. I definitely think that there's a lot of really dynamic layouts that work really well in here. A few orders of business. First of all, a new deep dive is out. It's a deep dive into Buffy seasons 2 and 3. For those of you who are new, this is not a retelling type of shit. It's an analysis video, so if you're into retellings, it's not that. I'm working on another deep dive right now, which is going to be a deep dive into Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. And I also started streaming because I think that I don't really want to be making small videos. It's going to be on Twitch and YouTube at the same time on Thursdays and Sundays. It's always going to be 11 PST, Pacific Standard Time. That's why I'm letting you know about Thursdays specifically, because if you were ever into more pop culture, fashion type, that type of stuff, and it's about current events or current things that are happening, you can always tune in and ask a question and we can discuss it there. There's value in conversation about it, but I don't think there's value in making it into a whole video essay. That's just ridiculous. Too much slop. Every other Saturday, there's a live for Patreon where we read a text, usually some kind of art theory, and the other one is usually us watching a movie or something together. One of the best parts of these comics is the fact that it is bright as hell, colorful as hell, and obviously all children's media usually leans into the colorful realm, but this is definitely being very conscious about trying not to just make it loud to get the attention or like to keep the attention of kids, but actually to present some interesting color combinations and visual work. Like for example here, the yellow, pinks, reds, oranges, absolutely fantastic. The way that it's done is beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful scenery here. I think genuinely, obviously some of it is a little bit more predictable. Like for example, a whole pink castle. You would kind of expect that from a girl's comic book. However, I do think that it's still very charming. I feel like in a lot of these releases, I did not expect them to go this hard with the colors, to be honest, because, and again, am I gonna be showing up every single time telling you about shows or comics or other shit that uses color really well, especially bright colors and stuff like that? Am I going to be doing that every single time whenever it's appropriate? Obviously, yes, because the amount of stupid shit that I have to like look into for the sake of just comparison and figuring out whether this is well done or not, etc. Make it stop. They kind of fucking killed it, honestly. And God, is it nice to see all the other realms and all the other planets, dimensions and shit. This is one of the reasons why Fate was such a letdown, because you just don't get to see anything different. You don't get to feel like this is a big world. Obviously, you don't have to make a live action cartoonish to make it in general, right? Like you could go with a different tone or whatever the hell, but at the same time, it still needs to have this feeling of being huge, right? Even if you're not going to be showing that much of it, it's definitely very much possible. So going through these and seeing what Andros looks like, what some other worlds are looking like. God, this one, bitch, are you kidding me? This outfit on Aisha, this fucking color combo, these panels, bitch, are you kidding me? God, I fucking love this shit. Like, they look gorgeous too, by the way. This is one of the things that I loved as a kid about Winx, that the characters looked beautiful. Even those that weren't supposed to be beautiful and they weren't really, they still had something really cool about their design. And the world itself, just look at this shit. I think this is Ephirius, one of the moons that are in the orbit of Zenith, I believe. There's like a whole storyline with it. Just look at this shit. Them going through wormholes. This is what we were supposed to get, bitch. Every time I come here and I complain about this, it's been 6 years, bitch. And yet, every single time I look into a new piece of released media, canon shit for Winx, I cannot believe what they've done with the TV show. I cannot believe how little they gave a fuck. To give it's so few fucks. Astonishing. Like, you have to put in so much work to genuinely be this much of a lazy shit, you know? These club scenes, okay? This is why I was always saying that I was expecting some club scenes and whatever, not an empty bar in the middle of the fucking woods as they did in Fate. Because this is what we had, right, in that world, is that Magix is a really fucking big city, full of nightlife, clubs, and other things like that. The colors here, absolutely fucking fantastic. The outfits, obviously these are just classic Trix outfits, but do they look yes. The background characters are also really funky and interesting. This club scene, dude, the layout of the page, you can't tell me anything. Like, this is as hell. You can't tell me a thing. This is just so cute. Well, not cute per se, but you know what I mean. I think that we need to address the art style, okay? Because I need you to be prepared, because you're gonna get whiplash, basically. Just the difference between one style, like one art style, and another, it's wild. I don't know how this even happened, but I need you to see these side by side, okay? So, for example, this is, I think, maybe first or second issue or some shit like that. Like, this is the beginning of the comic series, right? They look great. This looks beautiful, whatever. And then you get this panel, which is a panel that explains the story with Aisha. I'm gonna zoom in. And I need you to just prepare. Wait, this cowlick on her head, it just gets like bigger and bigger in this. Are you seeing this? Holy fuck. Bloom? What the hell is going on? What is this? Because the thing is, I've heard when I was sharing this, when I was reading it and like sharing it with people in Discord, someone told me, they were like, it's just the art style for dream sequences, okay? Now, simply put, no, it isn't. Listen, if you go and look into it closely, there are many instances where it has nothing to do with dream sequences, and the style is just drastically different, to the point where it's like, it would have been funny or strange even if the style was comparable or still like looked cute to compare to the other style. But with this one in particular, you get this right across panels like this one, where absolutely everyone looks hot as fuck. Like, look at Brandon, first of all. Look at Stella. Yeah, exactly. Look at even Riven. And I mean, I know, God, I just know there's gonna be bitches in my fucking comments. I know you're already typing it. Riven, it was the hottest one. Okay, girl, you like someone being mean to you. I don't. Like, don't bother me with that. In any case, look at what Bloom looks like here, and she's just in the background with Flora, right? Or this, for example. I think it's the same artist, I believe, right? This, Musa, and Riven. What I love about these comics is that the girls are not the ones being sexualized. Everyone is. Every guy is wearing a really slutty outfit as well. You know what? I'm not correcting myself. You get it. I don't... The accent sleeping out this fucking hard. Okay. All right, I guess. This artist just gave us like the best panels imaginable. I think if you want a new profile picture with one of the girlies or one of the guys from Winx, it's right here. It's all here. You can find like a million that you will probably like, honestly. This panel, for example, or this 2 pages of the Trix surviving after they've been exiled, but they all look good. You can't fucking deny it. Like, this is such a good outfit, and obviously it's just their standard outfits, but they look great. What are you gonna do? I want to first talk about some of the storylines that cracked me up, okay? Icy literally trying to stab somebody. Like, they were going wild in the comics, for real. Look at Trix just pummeling each other. Have they done that in the show? I don't remember. I know they've done it in my Sims LP.
Talk big.
Them straight up talking about getting too drunk. They're supposed to be European coded, so since they are 19, it is legal. Timmy having too much to drink, and then them getting attacked, and the attacker trying to literally stab Brandon. They were like, just comparing this to the current state of the franchise is really, really interesting, because technically speaking, it seems like they are trying to skew a little bit, not older, but they're trying to get back to that like 8 to 12 age range. Regardless, outfits like these from Diaspora, fuck it up, actually. They were wilding a little bit with Riven and Musa. Obviously. Background characters having really fucking cute outfits. Are you kidding me? This is such a cute fit. And she's cute herself. Like, this is just adorable. These two, look at the fucking character design. Are you kidding me?
Gosh, I'm good.
They quite literally appear for just one page. Ain't that fucked up? Like, the level of effort. Girl. Other things that kind of happen in the comics that don't really happen in the show is that Bloom has a job as a waitress at the White Horse restaurant because she obviously needs to make some cash and whatever while she's in college. They technically swear a little bit. I wouldn't call damn a swear, but technically it is, I guess. Diaspora is shown to be kind of forced to pursue Sky by her parents quite explicitly, like to compare to the show. In the show, it's not really talked about at all when it comes to her interest. In the comics, it's actually shown that she is doing it because like her parents are quite literally forcing her to, even though she does have feelings for him. It's kind of a part of it, I guess. Just look at them. Fucking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, dude. You can't tell me shit. Flora being a beautiful baddie as per usual. The guys having wild outfits. I fucking mean it. Look at this. Most of the storylines are relationship heavy. Some of it is kind of heavy-handed, and I mean, it's not really up my alley. I'm not really relationship drama type of person. Even as a kid, as a teen, like preteen, I did not love that. I do think it's interesting to see the Trix having more personal relationships, not even to each other as much as, like, for example, Icy having this guy who's been her childhood friend and now kind of a boyfriend. They had a really weird thing going on. There's also low-key drugging going on because this guy slips something in Bloom's drink and leads her away, gets her in a car, drives with her. It's later addressed by the doctor as like, oh, I have to talk to you, young lady. I have the results of your clinical examination. The cellular scan shows traces of a very dangerous magic substance. It was very foolish of you to use a compound like that. And she's like, what? But I didn't take anything. The doctor, I believe, I don't have like the next screenshot, but I believe that the doctor pissed me off for some reason. I think that he was kind of, why did you take it? As if she did it on purpose. Like, you get scenes like these that you don't really get to see in the show, where side characters get to have more of a full life, I guess. This one creeped me the fuck out though. What's with her face? Okay. Really fun illustrations like this, like, bitch, yeah, I see the Witch of Eyes, the one who will crush the Winx and will rule the world someday. Come on, girl. Someone needs to create like a drag persona based on one of the Trix quickly. This should have been done yesterday. You guys are so past due. All deadlines. I don't know what's wrong with you. You should have done this earlier. I don't know why I have to remind you that this was supposed to be done, but whatever. Dude, this outfit on Diaspora, fuck it up. Fuck it up. I won this outfit like yesterday. Hope I don't cry. They get shot at. I guess Riven got bitten by a snake or some shit. In any case, in this universe, Musa opens a music venue. It's just they have more of a rich life outside of just what they do as a group. There's also things like Helia being kicked out of the academy because he took the blame for Riven as per fucking usual. As per usual. And then there's like a whole storyline about him trying to find a place to live and how every single place is really expensive. He can't find any place to live, can't sell his paintings to like make enough money, other things like that. Except he's a lot more of a moody guy in this than he is in the original show. But I guess that in the original show, we don't really have much to go off of. Brandon and Timmy love each other a lot in this iteration of the story. And how was I supposed to know that the driver would get drunk at the first stop? I guess just random shit happens, and sometimes that's very entertaining. Seeing them in Enchantix, God, Enchantix just such a good design. You can't tell me shit, dude. Sky gets shot. There's a lot of conversations about Heraklion and what is going on there. Honestly, in my opinion, Sky's family and like the monarchy and whatever is just like kind of a bunch of assholes. Naboo works for some kind of professor. They work on some ocean shit, dude. I don't know. In one of the stories, the Tricks become drug dealers. They quite literally cook up the drugs, okay? In a little robe like this, by the way. Just letting you know. Dude, I need this. I need this in my life. Come on now. They start selling it to students because the students really want to do well on their exams and whatever, and they like don't have enough energy. What if I told you I found a magic potion that can make you go like a train? This poor girl, by the way, the background characters, the designs, yeah, the moon earrings, the ponytails, this fuck, look at this girl. This hair, fuck it up, honestly. They cook it up, whatever, and then at the club, again, that girl that was buying candy, in quotations, the effect of Mistura Infernalis, the more you take, the more you want. And Icy is basically like, oh, that's just better for us because we're gonna sell more. They're like, we're gonna have absolutely like piles of money and bracelets because they actually started to take even things from people because those girls couldn't pay anymore. So this girl that was buying the most from them literally ODs at the club. The Tricks get high of their own supply for a second there because they wanted to do well in some class as well, and they're just like really not lucky, dude, because they quite literally OD immediately the first time they take it. The way that the professor is talking about it at the hospital when they're being like helped or whatever, she's like, it is a very devious mixture. First you feel euphoria and a sense of well-being, but then the person taking it becomes dependent on it and becomes enslaved by it, taking increasingly large amounts. Luckily I stopped my students in time. Well, she didn't stop them in time. I don't know what she's talking about. Not to mention that it can even be lethal the first time it's used, which is what happened to the Tricks. Look at how cute Bloom and Aisha look, but this kid behind them, okay. Again, Bloom saving Icy. As you can see, Blycey people, I told you. What do you think? I was just saying shit? We get things like Aisha just straight up punching a villain. God, her outfit is so fucking good. Enchantix is just like for the win. Quickly to go through some of the outfits. Like for example, this one of Musa performing. Are you fucking kidding me? I love this outfit so much. You can tell me shit. I want it in real life. I want it today. I want it right now. And I wanna wear it. Because, are you kidding me? So fucking cute. Some of their outfits, for example, these outfits are their rain outfits or like raincoat outfits, what they're wearing under those raincoats from season 3. I always thought those outfits were very, very over the top. I still think so. They're not bad. They're really fun. But I do think that there's so much. Like the amount of patterns you get here. Stella is quite literally wearing the entirety of the rainbow, I think, with some colors that are like pink, for example, that you really need to mix a bunch of shit to get a rainbow and some. You also get to see some of the background characters getting a little bit more outfits. We get to see her mom, which we don't get to see that often, at least in the show. It's not that common that you see Luna come around, but this is also the raincoat outfit for Aisha. See, the amount of patterns that they've put into one outfit is absolutely, I don't think I've ever seen that many patterns in one spot. It's nice to see outfits that are a little bit less crazy like this, for example, on Stella. Very early 2000s Italian fashion though, this dress, right? It's really nice to see a lot of moments like these. Girl, they just drew them so well. in some of these panels. See, like when they're standing together, that's a crazy amount of colors. And obviously it's always the case with them, but this is like on another level in my opinion. This is what Musa is wearing under her raincoat, and this is probably my favorite outfit out of all the raincoat outfits. It's just so fucking cute. And yes, it's colorful, but it's not as crazy as the other outfits that have as many colors but also have 300 patterns on them as well, which is a little bit overwhelming in my opinion. I specifically also do not like, this is probably my least favorite outfit on Bloom, just because I think that green is a little bit much, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the colors as much as just the silhouette is weird, the shirt is weird, it just doesn't work for me. And I know that there's gonna be somebody who loves it, and like, good for you, dude, but I do love to see these types of outfits that are a little bit more in line with season 1. I believe that this is their pajama looks. These outfits that are from the show, I will always love them because, especially Flora's, come on now, you get a bunch of variations of what you would expect them to wear, but a sporty variation, for example, this outfit, Stella and Musa being divas together. The screenshot looks a little sus, but that wasn't my intention. Just a lot of cute outfits for real, dude. I also love when they introduce these jean outfits and start wearing them, because I think that they're like one of my favorites. They just look so cute, especially, for example, look at this shit. Like, come on now. But also, I've never seen Flora look as evil as here. She's saying let's concentrate together, but it sounds like looks like she's honestly suddenly a part of the tricks. Like, why is she looking so ready to like, snap someone in half? Here's Bloom's outfit in a little bit more detail. Adorable. These ones are one of my favorites ever. The girl that overdoses actually wears a really cute outfit, really fun makeup. Her lipstick is literally gold, matching her accessories. Yeah. And then obviously there's some more variations of outfits that we've seen before. Obviously these motorbike outfits are not something that we've seen before. They're kind of similar to season 3, I guess. More variations and like some winter outfits. I really love this Stella outfit. I think it suits her quite a bit. And also love seeing outfits where they mix and match stuff from first, second, and third season the way that they don't really do in the series. One thing that I forgot to mention when I was talking about their like relationships and whatnot is definitely the fact that Riven is a lot more of a dick in this one. Musa is like, oh, like, can I sit down with you or whatever? And he's like, if you want to, the fuck. And it's like, dude, Musa, you know, I'd be pissed if I didn't know people like that in real life and didn't think that this is very realistic in a sense of like knowing people like that, especially at that age. But is it still annoying? Yeah. In any case, if you want some of this grand, colorful inspiration for whatever illustrative work you're doing, whatever character design you're working on, I do think that you might like checking these out. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Bye.